Liss, and the name of the program is The Way to Go. I invite you to join me each week at this time as we explore places to go and things to do. Today we're going down into the water again. We're going down beneath the sea, and that's the name of the program, and that's the name of an exhibition and program that is going to be at the county center. And my guest today is the president of Beneath the Sea. His name is Armand Zigahn, and we're going to find out what's going on under the water and how people can enjoy it. I'm glad you could come out from the water today and join me here. And what is this fascination that people have with going down into the water? Is it the danger? Is it the travel that's involved with it? Is it finding sunken ships? Is it the marine life? What is it? What's the appeal?
Well, it's a little bit of everything, actually, Norman. It's like the mountain climbers will say, well, it's because it's there. Mm-hmm. And in many cases, people do go in the water because it's there. But there is the fascination of the deep. There is the fascination of looking for shipwrecks, finding artifacts from the wrecks, going down to see the animals, to take pictures, which is a big fascination. And it's also part of travel if get into the exotic Caribbean or, let's say, the Indian Ocean, the Red Sea, to go see the critters there, as it were. And
what gets people to do it? How did you get started? You started rather late in life to start your scuba diving.
Yeah, I was late in life. It was 20 years ago, and it's still late. But anyway, friends, we had started a sports club in Westchester County, and the scuba diving, which is a natural adjunct to it, and I was involved in skiing and tennis, and I just gravitated to this because of somebody's pushing me behind me, and I didn't particularly like the water. I never saw the ocean until I was 17. So, because I'm from the mountains, I'm from the Rocky Mountains originally. But one sense, I always had a natural love for science and nature. So when I got in the water and I saw what was there, it just pulled me there. And
what's there? You say you saw what's there?
The animal life and the strange formations of the coral. Everything from the basic single-cell animals, almost single-cell animals, to the huge whale sharks, the manta rays, these huge critters, from the small to large.
Yeah, you bring up these fearsome names, sharks, rays. Is there danger?
There is some, but when I mentioned the term whale shark, that's the largest shark in existence, and that thing can go 60 feet long, but he doesn't eat anything but plankton. He doesn't eat anything but the single-cell animals.
But that's the danger from the whale shark. It just prompted me to say that.
Yeah.
But diving into territory, areas that the man was not meant to go into, is there danger? Is there danger of...
Well, there's several dangers. You speak of sharks. Well, most sharks are totally harmless to humans. There are the dangerous ones. The great white, for example, is very dangerous. But there's a danger in health in terms of there are rules to be followed, and sometimes the rules are broken by some people, or some people are just not quite physically adept to even go follow the rules. They should back off a little bit and be a little bit more conservative. There are people who are hurt. Every year there's a few people who die underwater. Mm-hmm. And but hey, that happens in many sports. Mm-hmm. So there's things you have to take into consideration.
You talked about the mountain climbing and doing it because it's there. So the fact that it is a challenge, that it is just pushing the envelope, that attracts a lot of people to it.
Oh yes, yeah. It's a great sport, and it's a lot of fun. You get to do a lot of things. You can go travel around the world to do it. You can do it here in Long Island Sound. We have hundreds of divers who are in the Long Island Sound. There are a lot of shipwrecks out there that most people don't know about.
Shipwrecks are a very strong appeal.
Oh, indeed. Yes.
Why?
Well, there's so much of the history of them. In a lot of cases, people hear about these famous old ships. For example, the Andrea Doria that was sunk when she in Stockholm collided. Must be 20 years ago now. Mm-hmm. And to go down and see where this type of history, and to take some of the pieces of the ship back with you. In some cases that can be done, in other cases it can't be done.
Yes, in the program that I did on the Titanic, with the Titanica film, that's the IMAX film up at the Norwalk Maritime Center, they talked about not taking the things up. They specifically on the scientific trip did not bring up anything. Is there any feeling about whether things should be left there or taken up?
Yes, there's a lot of arguments going on in the diving community because of that. The archaeologists say they want to keep it for themselves. The recreational divers, the wreck divers, want to say, "Hey, I want some of that," and but the far out recreational divers, the ones that are just there for the fun of it, say, "Hey, leave it there. We want to see it the next time we come back." And there are laws as to what you can and cannot take under certain circumstances. For example, in Lake George, they have marine sanctuaries now. They have marine sanctuaries in many places around the world in which divers are forbidden to take anything.
Go look, but don't touch.
That's right. It all depends upon the history involved. There is a famous shipwreck out off the Jersey and Long Island shores called the USS San Diego. She's a cruiser that was sunk about 1917, just in the First World War. Divers are going down there on that ship every day and taking things. And some things they shouldn't be taking. I think the Coast Guard has now just shut them down on taking up ammunition, of all things. It's still being pulled off that. But they pull out dinner plates, gorgeous stuff that is being taken and brought back. And the responsible divers, the responsible shipwreck divers who bring up these things will take them and clean them up and put them on display so other people can see them. And some of the stuff is really beautiful to see. And we'll have a lot of that at our show.
Yeah, let's talk about the show. Now, this is in March at the Westchester County Center.
That's correct.
And what is Beneath the Sea? This is its 18th year?
That's correct. This will be our 18th time doing this thing, and from small to large. We're now one of the largest shows of its type in the country.
And what takes place?
Well, we will have about 170 exhibitors, or exhibit space, about 150 exhibitors, in which they will cover everything from exotic dive travel to equipment, the local retail stores and national manufacturers, instructional agencies. All the major ones will be there, all showing what they have to offer, what's new, and what you can do in diving. So it'll be good for the diver as well as the general public, and that's what this is all about. So
who comes to the show? Is it experienced divers or people who want to hear about it for the first time?
Well, in our case, it's been probably 75% of experienced divers, and we're trying to encourage the non-diver to come in and see what this is all about, because it can be quite interesting. We have seminars that go on. We've probably got about 6 or 7 seminars going on at any time. And just anything from the exotic to the interesting to the entertaining, all the way down to the extreme technical parts of scuba diving.
Now you have another aspect of this that's taking place at Purchase College.
That's correct.
That's film program.
That's correct. That's purely entertainment. We'll have the various companies come in and put on wonderful shows. We got one of the top underwater photographers by the name of, oh boy, I was going to say Rick Frazee. No, but I'll get to that in a second. But we'll have huge multimedia shows on the stage. The stage is huge I still call it SUNY Purchase. And we'll have several different people coming in and putting on beautiful shows and some interesting things that it's just, again, there for entertainment, to show what underwater photography is all about and the animal life that you can see there.
Yeah, photography plays a big role, doesn't it?
Oh, indeed. It's there are so many different, and it's video is coming in now. The big things are video. So it's still photography in various forms of it, and the video. And we do have a photo contest and as part of our program. So they will be seeing that. But
equipment plays a big part in the whole fun of diving, scuba diving.
Oh yes, it's like like skiing. You just don't stop buying. As a new equipment comes out or better equipment comes out, you'll just trot down to your local store and buy some new stuff.
But you can't go down with your little point-and-shoot camera and take pictures, can you?
No. The photography is special equipment. It's got to be either housed cameras, that is, it's put into a special waterproof housing, or there are special cameras like the Nikonus that operate underwater.
And how about the lighting?
That's another tricky issue, very tricky issue. The strobe lights should be used in order to get the color. As one goes deeper in the water, all colors disappear except the blues, and it gets darker. And in order to bring out the real colors, you need the strobe lights, which put out a brilliant white light, and that brings the colors. And that's really what you see. You only see those colors when you take your pictures back. That's what just drives you up the wall at times.
You don't see them down
No.
when you're down?
Now, you get below 20 feet, 30 feet, you lose the reds, the first colors to go. But yet, there are brilliant reds down there.
Now, equipment is constantly improving, so like computers, is it obsolete as soon as it comes out?
No, it's not obsolete as soon as it comes out.
You have some equipment that you brought along here.
Yeah. This is what they call a regulator. It's a demand regulator. Now, this regulator is about, it could be maybe 15 years old.
What is a regulator, actually?
This is the one that supplies the air. This is attached. This part is attached to an air tank. If anybody ever says oxygen, baloney. It's air, pure air. This is attached to the air, and you put this in your mouth. Right there. And you suck on it whenever you need air. And it supplies it.
And what is this other gadget here?
This is really a simple setup. They can get a lot more sophisticated. Right here, there's the basic setup is the air pressure. Tells you how much.
Turn it this way.
Okay. One is the air, tells you how much air is left in the tank, and the other one is how deep you are. These are the two critical factors that you have to be concerned about.
So you certainly have to get up on top when you're getting close to getting out of air.
That's right.
And why is the depth so important? Why do you have to know your depth?
Well, the deeper you go, I always like to illustrate it with a bottle of 7-Up. When you open up the cap, you see all of a sudden bubbles come up. All right, that's the 7-Up, any of the sodas or whatever. They're put in there under pressure, and when you go deep, you're under a lot of pressure. And any of the air or oxygen or nitrogen that's in is dissolved in the blood. It gets compressed, and the longer you stay down, the situation becomes more critical. So you don't come up too quickly, and you don't spend time too long down. If you come up too quickly, all of a sudden, it's like taking the cap off the soda bottle. The bubbles come out. The bubbles get into your veins and into your arteries, and they start circulating. They start blocking blood flow. Or they'll burst through the lungs, called emphysema. So that can kill you. So we have to be very careful. And the longer you're down, the deeper you're down, the more sensitive it becomes. If you stay down longer than you should, what you have to do is come up slowly and spend time at certain depths until the pressure goes, they call it off-gassing, when it comes naturally through your lungs and goes out.
I just want to remind you that we're talking today to Armand Zigahn, who is the president of Beneath the Sea, which will be a big exhibit at the Westchester County Center in March. Continuing with our discussion of equipment, you've also brought along a face mask, and I guess this is essential. I guess you can't go down with one of those.
No, you can't. You have to have these. This is a silicone mask. It's an older mask. It's starting to turn because it lays close to this rubber snorkel, and that's what happens to silicone. But it's optically corrected for my particular vision, so I can see a little bit better. Normally, you see, when you go underwater, if you wear glasses, you don't need to have any optics because your vision is improved to 25% underwater. So this tells anybody that hey, I got some lousy eyes.
You mentioned the snorkel. Now the snorkel is certainly not used for deep sea diving.
No, it's not. It's strictly for surface work. When you go into the water, or you're coming back out of the water, you're on the surface. Normally, you'll use this, just so you don't get some water splashed into your mouth, because you don't excuse me, you don't really keep this in your mouth all the time. the regulator. You can, but some cases you don't want to waste the air. Leave the air in the tank.
So when you're near the surface, you just this sticks out over the top of the water.
That's right.
That takes care of that.
That's right.
The term scuba is one that people who use snorkels are not scuba diving.
That's correct.
What does scuba stand for?
Well, scuba is the self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, and it simply means that when you take your air with you in a tank. This is attached to the tank. There's some other equipment that goes along with it. Of course, you need fins for your feet, and in some cases you need wetsuits, what they call wetsuits, to keep you warm, or dry suits if you're in very cold water. And there's another little apparatus called a controlled buoyancy jacket, or a buoyancy control. It's like a vest or a horse collar, and depends upon the variety and shape, that help you maintain a certain level underwater.
Is there a limit to how far a person could go down?
Well, the established official limit is 130 feet. A lot of places, resorts that specialize in scuba diving, don't like you to go below 100 feet, and they send along their guides with you. There are what we call now the technical diving community, which is going beyond 130 feet. They go to the deeper wrecks. For example, the Andrea Doria is lying at, she's about 220 feet. And so that is pushing it. Then you get into what's called decompression diving, which simply means that when you come up, you can't come up straight up. You've got to come up to a certain depth, like 30 feet, and stay there for 2 minutes, and then 10 feet, and so on. You slow down, you stop. You take what they call decompression stops to off-gas all this extra stuff you've got in your blood.
Which brings up the subject of bends, which
Exactly.
we've heard a lot
Yes.
about,
Yes.
and the hyperbaric chamber, which is at St. Agnes now.
That's correct, yes.
What exactly is that, and how does that work?
Well, if there's some kind of indications of some decompression sickness, bends is one of them. There are a lot of symptoms that you can describe. Thing to do is you contact, get through to some hyperbaric service, and what you do is they will put you in this chamber, and what they do is they build up the air pressure, add some oxygen to it where it's indicated, or just go on straight oxygen where indicated, but again very carefully, and take you to a simulated depth. Given the pressure, the air is pumped into this. It's a vessel. It's a chamber. And they build up that pressure, and it attempts to force all the gases back in to solution, and then they will slowly bring you. It's a simulating in the dive actually, and release the pressure over time.
So actually taking it down to the depths and then back up slowly. Now, they use that for other purposes as well, don't they?
Burns and...
Firemen are used in there, too.
Wound management, right.
Yes. And this setup at St. Agnes is something new?
Yes, we just went in about 6 months ago, and it's going to be built up to a larger size multi-place chamber.
I don't understand the difference between a multi-place chamber.
Oh, okay. The one that's there now is for a room for just one person in it. The multi-place chamber is when you put several people in, including doctors, nurses, or medical technicians.
So it's like a room, actually,
Exactly.
that people can be in. Talking about diving and whether the people who come to Beneath the Sea are experienced and not experienced, you do have a program with children too. Certainly children are involved, aren't they?
That's true. We have a program we call Ocean Pals, and the idea here is through science and art to teach kids, and it's really an environmental effort on our part, to teach kids how to take care of the oceans, how they perceive the water quality is, the ocean quality, the animal quality, how it is now and how it should be. And I like to say that this is what children teach us, because the children go in with no preconceived ideas, and this is really neat, because they can come up with posters and show us ideas that you and I would never think about. It's amazing.
How does this program work? Is it through schools?
Through schools, yes, and it's a nationwide program. We work with four other agencies, shows like ours, programs like ours, and they all have their own individual contests. They have their own individual judges, and then the winners of the local contests come up here, and we take them over to the New York Aquarium, where we have the judging for the national championships, national winners. I don't want to say championships. And then we show them at our show, and we give the kids prizes, and very nice prizes. And it's we use this as a training aid for the kids and for ourselves, the adults.
Are there in this sport? Are there superstars? Are there people who are famous and well known? Who?
Oh yeah, within the dive industry, there are, yes, the people who, for example, the people who take all the great pictures. They're probably the best ones that people know about, and how they present themselves at shows like ours. And
photography again becomes a very, very important part of scuba diving, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's more than anything else. It seems to you focus on that when you talk about the superstars and the color that comes out of there. And why is it a place that most people don't venture to?
Yes,
what
that's
is the
right.
attraction?
That's right. Most people, well, in a lot of cases, I don't know how many people have been to the Indian Ocean, for example, to go scuba diving. Well, or the Western Australia, to see the whale sharks, or yap, or many of the islands in the Pacific, the Central and South Pacific, incredible. So you look at it and say, "Gee, I'd like to go there," and you fantasize some of these things, and these people bring back what they've seen, and you sit back and marvel, "Hey, gee, you're lucky. Boy, those are really nice shots."
How about your own fantasies? Have they taken you to some exotic places?
Oh yeah, yes.
Where have you
I've been to the Philippines. I've been to Australia. Been to the Red Sea, which is my particular favorite. All through the Caribbean. And
do you pick the places you go to because of the opportunities for scuba diving?
oh yes, that's been my vacation for the last 20 years. It's got to be scuba diving. So.
And when someone is just getting started, how does one do that? Do you have to go through training?
There's a training course that one gets, and just about all the local dive or retail stores have. They all do. They all have a training arm. They'll teach you. They'll get you trained and certified. There are several different national training agencies that give this certification.
How much training is required before you go down for your first dive?
Well, it's becoming less and less, I'll say that, but it's about 10 hours in the pool and a couple of hours in what we call open water, yes. And it's got classroom training, too, a lot of classroom training.
It intrigues me that when you read about people going for their first parachute jump, that they'll have a few hours of training, then go up in the airplane and jump. And I can't see that, and I can't see going down onto the water unless you've got that background, unless you've got some training and understand what's going on.
Oh, you have to. It's like you'd be committing suicide. I mean, you might as well. It's Russian roulette. Without any kind of training, going in and you pick up a scuba tank and you go in the water without any training, it's really ridiculous.
And then I suppose that's where most of the danger is, people who aren't prepared and take risks when they aren't ready for it.
People will go beyond their own training, beyond their own experience. But even then, it sometimes sadly happens that even with the proper training, something goes wrong. It can happen. It has happened. It's like anything else. You get out of bed in the morning and you break a leg. Mm-hmm. It can happen. So.
And when you're an advanced diver, what more can you do than someone who's just been down 2 or 3 times? What does it mean, advanced?
You do it more and often. You get more training. You get to do more things. You're able to help other people. You become a leader.
And that's the intriguing part of it, I suppose, and being able to show
in a lot of cases it is, yes, it is.
So all these people are getting together now at March, you say, one of the largest shows in the country, and coming, I assume, from a wide area to the Westchester County Center.
Yeah, we'll have about 5,000 people come just from the tri-state area. Then we'll have another 3,000 come from all the other states, primarily in the northeast quadrant of the United States. But we do get them from the West Coast. I ran across somebody who's coming up from Memphis, Tennessee. They come from all over.
And what do they come for? Why would you come such a great distance? Is it the exhibitions? Is it the equipment?
It's
What
the
is it?
exhibition itself, and then it's the seminars and the training that we provide there
Training.
too. Yeah, we will have something like over 50 speakers alone for this weekend. It's a lot of fun too. We have a couple of parties we throw.
So there's a community too.
Yes.
People know each other, and they've met in exotic places, I suppose.
Indeed,
and
yeah.
get together and
Yeah.
see each other
Yeah.
again. And the equipment, we have some of it here that's very, very basic. And when you have 150 exhibitors, you have an awful lot of equipment.
Yeah. Well, they're not all equipment manufacturers. A lot of people who are showing a lot of different types of equipment. There are dozens of different equipment manufacturers, each of them showing their little bit. And there's a lot of dive resorts who come up too. So
places to go.
Oh yes, places to go.
Destinations.
Oh yeah,
Destinations.
Big Caribbean resorts. We got resorts from the Pacific, and who are coming in. So and then a lot of dive travel wholesalers then to sell the trips.
And what happens when it's all over? Do you come up for air and breathe freely for another year?
I started working about 1995.
Have you already booked the county center for 1995? Do you go that far?
They assume
that
that,
you're going to be coming back there. It seems to me this is an area that I know so little about, and yet with this show and the shows that I've done previously, there's so much down there that is unknown to me. It's
another world.
It's
in another world, and it's almost relaxing. You forget any kind of stresses, any worries, anything else, because you are down there in deep fascination with what you're seeing.
Well, this whole program has been deep fascination for me, and I thank you very, very much for coming today. It's been enlightening, and my guest today has been Armand Zigahn, who is the president of Beneath the Sea, which will be at the Westchester County Center in March. If you want further information, the telephone number will be on the screen in the closing credits. I'm Norman Liss. The name of the program is The Way to Go. Till next week at the same time, enjoy yourself.